Congressman! Yeah, thanks for coming out tonight. I'm one of those guys who's always felt kind of out of place. And I think part of the problem was I was born to the wrong people, Korean immigrants, in the wrong place, Houston, Texas, at the wrong time in the 60s. Worse yet, I was raised Southern Baptist, so I was raised to say, y'all better pray to Jesus. And recently I had to get my birth certificate out because my daughters were applying for some visa, and there was a box in there that said race or color, and I was thinking, wonder what those Texas docs put in there. And so I thought maybe they would put something slightly offensive to me, like Oriental or something like that, but that wasn't it. Thought maybe they would be a little bit progressive and put Asian or something like that. No. And AAPI hadn't been invented yet, so no, they just had the word yellow. And that made a lot of sense because brought back a lot of traumatic memories of my childhood. But the funny thing is, I didn't fit in with my own kind because, I'm Korean, and if any of y'all are Korean or have Korean friends, you know that we all learn musical instruments. And, can you guess what my first musical instrument was? Any guesses? Piano's a good choice. That wasn't it. Violin is pretty popular. But the problem was that my parents couldn't afford to get me to a private school, so I went to this parochial school. And for some weird reason, some Scottish guy retired and moved in next to the principal. So when I was in third grade, I just had pipes or drums as my choice. So I started off with Scottish bagpipes. And when you go to the mixer and you're like 13, you see that cute Korean girl and you're like, that's not the answer she wants, it's like, doesn't work so well. But anyway, another way that I feel like I'm kind of a little bit out of touch is, I'm getting older and I think about my young friends and they're all on dating apps, right? Like, how many of y'all have been on a dating app at some point? Come on, all right. So, the thing that I do know, I haven't been on them, but all my friends tell me they all suck. And I'm like, but the stories I hear, I'm kind of like, do apps suck or do people suck? Is it the app's fault when the guy doesn't show up for a date? Or you meet some guy and he has a profile picture in front of a Porsche, but he turns out not to have a job and live with his mom? Is that the app's fault? Really? But I have good news for the young guys in this room. You have a very bright future, because I was listening to a dating expert, and he was talking about this huge problem, which is that there are way more college women than men in college. Across the US right now, there are 3 women to every 2 men in college. So for all the college women, yeah, they're doing great. But here's the thing. For all the college women, they're going to have to, he was like, you're going to have to adjust your sights. He was saying, first of all, you should go after that beefcake plumber with a steady paycheck. You can't go for the college degree. There's not enough of them around. The other thing he said was, you got to think younger, because maybe a younger guy will be more comfortable with a more accomplished woman. Anyway, so guys in the room, even if you didn't make it through college, get on a decent shirt, clean pair of jeans, get yourself down to the bar, and wait for your sugar mama to pick you up. The other thing about getting older is that I am at a point where I have grown children who get embarrassed by me. They're always complaining about all my style choices. They're like, Dad, those Yeezys don't work for you. And I look at them like, what are you talking about? They work perfectly. I got them to annoy you. And but they always go on about all my style choices, and one of them is like the choice to wear this thing, this necklace, which I have to admit gets a lot of comments. People are always asking me, what's that about? And they think, seems religious, right? And I'm like, you're right. It's the center of my soul. And they're like, I don't think he's being serious. But then they don't want to be accused of being racist, because they don't know my Asian religion. But then I finally say, no, it's not really it. But then they don't believe it when I show it to them.